Avram Krupnik was among the 30 students in the communist yeshiva who managed to escape Shanghai with the students of the Mir. Young Avram was in Moscow with friends trying to obtain travel visas. A sudden knock at the hotel door one evening turned out to be two intimidating NKVD officers. That's the Soviet secret police, as I'm sure you knew that. Avram was whisked to headquarters. "Do you speak Russian?" asked the interrogator harshly. Avram did not know what to say. Which answer would please the officers? The words of Rashi suddenly flashed through his mind. When the 10 brothers appeared before Yosef, there was an interpreter between them. Rashi explains that the interpreter's presence indicated that Yosef did not understand their language, so the brothers could speak freely before him. Avram realized that if he feigned ignorance, the officers would reveal secrets in their native tongue. "I do not know Russian," he answered. The NKVD officers discussed their next question, conversing in Russian. "Let's ask him what he's doing in our country. If he's just passing through, we'll scream at him for his goal to leave such a beautiful country. If he says he's here to stay, we'll tell him, 'You're a foreigner. Who invited you to come?' Whatever he says, we'll trap him." Thanks to Rashi's foresight, Avram was prepared. When they shot the question at him, Avram responded, "Doesn't Comrade Stalin write that Russia is a light to all nations, that everyone should come and see its beauty? I listened to Stalin." The surprised officers were forced to admit the accuracy of his response, and so the interrogation continued. The two officers discussed the next question, and Avram answered accordingly. Eventually, they were forced to release him. "You're back?" his friends asked in astonishment when he returned to his hotel room. He reported the evening's events, and his friends congratulated him on a well-played game of chess. Krupnik won that round. But Avram knew that if they came once, they would come again. He needed to get out of the danger zone. Early the next morning, he headed to the travel office to purchase a train ticket to Vladivostok. Vladivostok is in the east side of Russia, near Japan. No one was at the desk. Avram banged loudly until a grumpy man appeared from the back. "Why are you making so much noise?" he screamed at the young visitor. "I want to buy a ticket to Vladivostok," Avram said urgently. "I have money." The man wrote out the papers and threw them at Avram. "Take it and go." When Avram returned to the hotel, the two NKVD officers were waiting for him. "We have a one-way ticket for you to Siberia." "But I already have a ticket to Vladivostok," protested Avram. Taking the ticket from his hands, the officers laughed cruelly. "We are the NKVD. We tell you where to go." And then one officer noticed the signature on the papers. "Do you think he knows who signed these?" he asked his comrade in Russian. The second officer studied the official signature. "It is a fellow NKVD officer," he muttered. Avram listened carefully to the conversation. "Excuse me," he interrupted them. "Do you realize who signed this ticket?" The officers looked up in surprise and disgust. "Take your ticket and get out of here. If you're still here in a couple of hours, we're coming back for you." Avram fled, heading for Vladivostok. His friends joined him shortly afterwards. The entire group escaped to Shanghai, where they survived the war. Rashi's words saved Avram Krupnik's life. How's that for a story?